Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Cikal Putri and my student number is 2213/2024. And today, I would like to talk about prediction. Well, it's not my own prediction, it's the expert prediction about what will happen in the few years ahead, in 5 years, maybe 10, maybe 12, maybe 14, 18, 27, 48, 19, 100, we don't know. But I will talk about the expert prediction in some sectors. Well, I have chosen the topics. The topics that I choose is healthy and what it's about money. It's about money. So it's education, and then the last topics is education. So I will start to talk about the the prediction. Yes, for the first topic is in healthy. So well, in healthy, I read the articles in the meeting of the Bakers Healthcare. It is the 13th annual meeting of the Bakers Healthcare. Well, they invite some expert in this healthcare, in this healthy sectors. Well, in this discussion, the system executive, Alhamdulillah Azan, back again with me after the Azan. Well, I will continue. Well, the health system executive discuss sorry, the health system executive discussed the future of healthcare and the innovation they anticipate becoming commonplace in the next 3 or maybe 5 years ahead. Yes. And the first one is citizen-led innovation. Well, the executive that say this is Ben Patel. Well, Ben Patel highlighted the shift towards citizen-led innovation. With the advent hypercell computing, there is an expectation of a more dem- democratized approach to the technology, fostering the digital transformation among employees, caregiver, and The staff. And next is the generative AI integration. Well, Beijing Moore, I don't know, expressed optimism about the integration of generative AI into this healthcare sector. He acknowledged that the healthcare sector may have missed out on consumerization trends in the past 2 decades, but emphasized the need to focus on embracing new technologies. And yes, particularly generative AI. Beijing Moore envision future where healthcare is recognized for successfully incorporating generative AI into patient, passion, no, patient. Oh my god, I don't know, I'm so sorry. Patient. Well, yes, he is recognized for successfully incorporating generative AI into the patient experiences, caregiver productivity and workflow automation. And the third is measurable impact of technology investment. Chris Carbodi, I'm sorry, Chris Carmody emphasized the hope that ongoing technology investment in healthcare will yield measurable differences. He envisions a future where this investment overcome challenges related to social determinants of health, ensuring equitable access to the healthcare, of course. And he also expressed a desire to see technology not only providing a return on investment, but also significantly impacting individuals' lives, potentially even contributing to curing disease such as cancer through the use of this generative AI. Well, the overall sentiment among this executive is one of optimism, focusing on harnessing emerging technologies and innovation to reshape the healthcare landscape in the coming years. That's for the healthcare sector. And let's move to the next is economic sector. Yes. Well, in economics, what will happen in this world in economic sector? Well, Northern Trust, sorry, Northern Trust Executive Vice President and Chief Investment Strategist Jim McDonald have 10, 10 prediction of what will happen in the next 5 years in economic. But the first is return to mediocrity. Mediocre. Return to mediocrity. Yes, mediocrity. Well, Jim expect that the lower investment return with economics recovering from the pandemic, but facing significant long-term constraint on growth. The bank project annualized real growth rates for various regions, anticipating slower growth due to factors like slowing population growth and impact of pandemic related. And the second, number two, is hybrid work approach. This article that I read suggests that companies will continue with hybrid work models due to employee demands. Well, this is considering it a competitive advantage. The number three is global workforce reduction. The global aging workforce is shrinking, impacting growth. Countries like US, Europe, and China are projected to experience slow population growth over to the next 5 years or for the future. Yes, because a lot of people there. And number four is central bank and accommodative policies. Central banks are expected to remain accommodative, working with fiscal working with fiscal policy to stimulate the economy. Well, this article that said by Jim McDonald notes that the recent inflation surge is attributed to supply disruption from the pandemic and the inflation is expected to moderate. And then number five, oh, well, I don't know if I can really say the all of the 10 that been predicted by Jim McDonald's. Well, maybe I just tell you the five of them, maybe like six or seven. Yes, seven. And number five is more monetary activism. Well, central banks are anticipated to engage in monetary activism, targeting systematic risk beyond traditional metrics such as climate change and income inequality. Yes. And number six is technology impact. Of course, for the next few years, technology poof will grow really, really fast, and everything impact will be affect. Effect. I don't know. I'm so sorry. And yes, number six, technology impact. Technology is identified as a driver of lower inflammation due to continued automation. This article highlights how technology can lead to job reduction but contribute to economic growth. And then I think this is the most important things is higher taxes. Taxes? No, tax. Yes. As the season changes, the world become, what is it? Become, yes, like in the future, everything will be more modern than nowadays. Of course, everything will become more pricey. Yes, so do the taxes. It's we go higher. I don't even have much money. I don't even have money. So yes, back to the topic. The taxes will become higher. Well, Jim McDonald predicts that the taxes will become higher, with the U.S. corporate tax rate projected to be between 25 and 26.5%, leading to margin compression in equity forecasts. Well, yes, these predictions provide insights into Northern Trust outlook on economic trends and factor influencing investment strategies over the next 5 or 6, 7, 9, 10 years ahead. And yes, the last topic is what will happen in the next 5 years or maybe more in education. Well, what will happen in higher education? Of course, as we know that we use online learning, and yes, like what I said, online. For the first prediction from me, and it's of course like what we already experienced. It's online and hybrid learning. This trend toward online education and hybrid learning models already gaining momentum, right? 5 years from now, it's likely that these models will be even more prevalent, with institutions offering a mix of in-person and online courses to cater to diverse students' needs. Sometimes this online learning is easier to attend, but I have to admit that it's harder for us, for students, to understand the topics, to understand the lesson, to understand what we learn. Because if we just sit at home listening to the teachers, to the lecturers, through our phone, through our computer, to our laptop, sometimes we don't really listen to it. We don't understand. We don't get the ideas. But it's more fun because we do it at home. But we don't get it. We don't know how we learn. Sorry. And number two is technological integration, just like what I said before. As the as the world change more modern, everything will be impacting by technology, and so do the education sector. Well, in education, the technology is expected to continue, with more university adopting advanced technologies such as virtual reality, artificial intelligence, and machine learning for enhances learning experience. Well, for me, these technologies that I already used, is yes, it's really helping me to do a lot of things. Thank you for the technology. Thank you. And next is personalized learning. Well, there is a growing emphasis on personalizing learning, where I'm sorry, what is this? Personalized learning. Well, it is where educational programs are tailored to individual student needs and learning style. Adaptive learning platform and data analytics may play a significant role in this. Well, in my mind, that in the future, education should be really provide something that we really need, like each student needs, because it could be different, like different, right? That's what I'm trying to say. Yes, because maybe in a class I understand this, but my friend don't understand this, and we have a lot of needs. We have a different needs. So in my mind, what I imagine is in the future we will have this personalized learning, personalized. And then number four is skill-based education. Yes, there's a shift toward emphasizing practical skills and competencies that are directly applicable in the workforce. Alhamdulillah. Institutions are likely to collaborate closely with industries to ensure that their programs are in alignment with current and future job markets demand. Well, yes, the education that we should get is based on our skills, so students are not feel forced, so they can understand what they learn easier. And then the last is diversity and inclusion. There is a growing recognition, apa sih? Itulah, of the importance of diversity and inclusion in higher education. Efforts to create more inclusive environment, diverse curricula, and equitable access to education are likely to continue. Yes, to continue. Well, it's important to note that the future of the higher education can be influenced by various factors, including technological advancement, advancement, no, advancement, yes, advancement, and social change, and of course the global events. Yes, and then, and yes, that's all. Well, for the conclusion, I think what will happen in healthcare, economic, and education is will be impacting by the technology, and I think it should be more efficient, more easy. I mean, easier for people to live a life in this world because this technology is basically to help us, right? So yes, thank you for the technology. And yes, that's all from me. That's all from Cikal, Putri Justitia. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.